Hi, I'm Hayden, I'm 10 years old and this is my dad.
Hi guys, I'm David. Welcome to our channel. We've called it Dinner with Dad and Me, okay? And it's about cooking things together because Hayden here wants to be a chef. And I love cooking, so it's about doing stuff together. Today we're going to talk about doing some ingredients instead of cooking a whole meal.
This is today's ingredients. Can you guess what we're making yet? Chili jam.
So chili jam is something that we love to use because you can make curries with it. It's amazing with bacon and cheese in a roll that's heated in the oven. It's delicious and it's really simple to make. So we're going to go through how to make it for you.
First we're going to chop and de-seed the peppers and the chilies and put them in the tray to roast them in the oven.
Okay, so do you remember how I showed you to do the peppers before? So try and push the topping. Go on, give it a go. Push as hard as you can. Harder. Oh, you're nearly there. Cool. Yay! And then rip it open. Oh, vicious. Really vicious. Awesome. 2 more to go. That's enough. Pop them in the pan. Now's the spicy bit. Chilies. Okay, so listen, this is how we do the chilies. We take the top off, yeah, we cut down the middle, we open it up, and we cut out this little bit with all the seeds in there, because that's the really hot bit, and just leaves the bits with a nice taste on it. It's really awkward doing this around a child. I don't recommend doing it around a child. Get out. Yeah, and then it goes in there. Right, Hayden, you're up next. I'll do that bit. I'll start doing that bit and then you can scrape out those seeds. When you're doing this, it's really important when you finish doing the chilies that you go and wash your hands really well, because if you touch your eyes after having done this, it's going to burn really badly. So watching us do this for all these chilies is going to be boring, so I'm going to swap and get them all done and we'll be back in a moment. So that's what we've ended up with. So we've got a mixture of peppers and chilies, and I've even used up some dried chilies that I had lying around from where we've had fresh ones before, and I'm going to roast these in the oven 180, 200 degrees, only for about 10 minutes. I just want to bring out the sweetness of them before they get cooked into the jam. So now while they are roasting in the oven, here's the next stage. So Hayden, what have we got now?
So we have some limes, vinegar and preserving sugar.
Awesome, and what we're going to do with those things?
We're going to
put them all in this great big saucepan that's here. That's what we're going to do with them, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so this is the technical side. I need 600 millilitres of cider vinegar, okay, to each kilo of sugar. Alright, so I've got 2 kilos of sugar, so how many millilitres of cider vinegar do I need?
Is it 1,200?
Well, you tell me, is it 1,200?
Yes.
It's 1,200, awesome, get in camera shot you, go on. Right, so we've got to have 1,200. However, these bottles are 350 millilitres each, so that makes it really confusing, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So how do we work that out? So how many bottles do we need?
Is it 2.5?
Close, it's about 3.5. Okay, so if we put 3 bottles in at 350, that will give us 1,050, and then just 150 millilitres of the other. Now, for those of you that are eagle-eyed, you'll see this one's already got a few bits of chilli in it. That I put some dried chilli in because we do like it a little bit spicy, just to rehydrate, and they're going to go in with it as well. So we're going to mix that into there. Here we go. Hayden, you can take one of these. And what I want you to do is to squeeze all of the liquid from this into there, please. Go on, don't be shy. So I really hope you have a go at making this, and if you do, just to let you know, the fumes from when you're cooking this are incredible. So make sure if you don't have an extractor that you do this in the summer when you can have doors and windows open, because my goodness, when this starts cooking, your eyes will be going crazy and you'll be coughing and sneezing a lot. So we're going to put all the rest in back in a moment. Now we've got the vinegar in there, and wow, already it's it's getting us. So I'm going to get some preserving sugar. So what is preserving sugar? It's sugar that has pectin in it, and pectin is the magical stuff that makes jam set. All right, and that's hopefully what it's going to do with our chili jam, so it sets like a jelly. So I'm going to put 2 whole kilos of sugar in here, which looks insane. Okay, I'll put that one in. Just have a look inside there, Hayden. You can see. Can you see even from that angle, guys? There's like a mountain of sugar in the middle. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to take this over, put that one in there as well. Okay. Let's try and get you a better view of what it looks like inside there. So it's like that. Lots and lots of sugar, and with the vinegar. So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it onto the stove.
So now we've got that on the stove. Squeeze the juices of 2 limes into it.
Go on then.
Now all of that's done, I'm going to mix it until all the sugar is dissolved.
Okay, so here's our peppers and chilies. You can see how they've roasted off and they've darkened a bit, and the smell from them is amazing, so it's really sweet. So I'm going to put them in there. What am I doing? So I'm putting all of these into the mixture here. I'll probably take this to make it all mix together and keep on going. Really important, use a lid, because the smell from this thing will melt your nose hairs. Okay, here you go. So it's worth mentioning at this point that lots of recipes will give you other things you can put in it. So you could put garlic into it, you could put ginger into it, you can put coriander into it, but I choose not to, because you can always add those things afterwards as well. But if I did it with garlic and coriander, now it's a Thai style sauce and I can only use it for Thai style cooking. If I do it just with the peppers and the chilies and nothing else, I can add garlic, I can add all those other things, so it makes it a little bit more universal as an ingredient. Yeah. It's now starting to come up to the boil, so before it starts really boiling, I'm going to take a hand blender and I'm going to blend it. I don't want it to be completely smooth, I want to see some little bits and pieces in there. So, are you ready? Ah! Be very careful with your mixture, because this is sugar. When this comes to the boil, it's a lot hotter than normal water, so it can burn you quite badly. So make sure you're doing this with a responsible adult. We're in trouble.
That was noisy.
Yeah, wasn't it? So I think we're nearly there. Oh no, a couple of bits more. Here we go. Okay, that's enough. A couple more captures from the top, just to make sure we get any bits there. Here we go.
That was extremely noisy.
That's what it looks like now. All bright red,
Wow.
pink and strange. So I'm going to keep this boiling away, and when it reaches its boiling point, I'm going to let it boil for 10 minutes, okay? This is what a little rolling boil looks like, so it shouldn't be going any more than that or any less than that, and it needs to be like that for 10 minutes so that all the pectin and everything activates properly. It's now been boiling for about 10 minutes, and it still is. I'm going to turn it off, and what I need to do now is let it settle, because if you notice looking at it, it is all the bits are on the top, and what I want is for all of those bits to be all the way through the jelly, all the way through the jam. So I need to let it cool down for about 40-45 minutes, And at the end of that, we can then start putting it in jars. So I will see you in 45 minutes.
Bye. Okay, so it's about 45 minutes later and it's cooled down a bit.
So if I take you guys in for a closer look, rather than everything sat on the top of it, you can now see that it's kind of suspended in the middle of it, which is what we want. So when it sits in the jars, the bits are all the way through it instead of just floating to the top. So now what we're going to do
is jar them.
Is put them in the jar. Now you've got to be careful, guys, because even though it's been 45 minutes, the stuff is still really, really hot. So I'm going to use, I've got a ladle to use, and I've also got a jam funnel, which just makes it easy to put the stuff into the jar. I sterilise the jars by putting them in the oven 150 degrees for about half an hour, and the lids have been cooking in boiling water for about 20 minutes. So it's completely sterile, which means that it's going to last okay. All right. So let's start putting some into the jars. Ooh, indeed. So you see the colour of that, guys. Stand back so they can see not just the back of your head, Hayden. So you see the colour of that as that goes through, that lovely red colour that picked up from the chilies and from the peppers as well.
And hopefully that will set overnight.
Yes, well, it'll take a day in cool temperatures to set. Move that across, and there's one done and ready. So we're going to get the rest of it done. We ideally want to leave it for a few weeks before we start to use it, because that gets all the flavours coming out. So we're going to keep posting some other videos, bits and pieces that we're doing. Look at the camera. Get into shot, look in the camera. Cool. So we will be back, and one of the main recipes we'll do will be a quick coconut curry using this very sauce. So speak to you soon, stay safe, and happy cooking.
Happy cooking, bye.